birthday is coming up in a few weeks. We have 6 bottles of wine here. So I have to say, it was at about this point in the story that I got super nervous about a few things. So welcome everyone, thank you for coming. It is Saturday, September 18th, and I'm heading to the gym, or rather CrossFit, which is what I do every Saturday at 10 a.m. All right, and my car is actually up there. And it's taking forever and ever and ever. So slow. All right, it's done. My birthday is coming up in a few weeks, so we're having a big party. It's actually my friend's birthday, my birthday, and then there's a third friend who has a birthday all around the same week. So we're gonna have a big party at my place. So my plan is basically to go to the coffee shop. I have to plan that birthday party that I was talking about earlier. You gotta decide like who we wanna invite, what we wanna do, all of that. All right, so it's actually a few weeks later. It's October 7th. The party's actually on October 9th. And the main thing that I have been doing, along with one of my friends who is hosting the party, is shopping. Now, there has been a real discussion between me and my friend on how much we actually need. We are going to be hosting about 20 to 25 people, which is more than either of us have hosted. The most people I've ever hosted is about 6 or 7. And so neither of us really knows how much food or drink to buy. It's a little bit like the blind leading the blind. But my philosophy is we're gonna do our best, and I think everyone's gonna have fun no matter what. We're going to start with some nice frozen meatballs, and then we're gonna have a nice meat board with some cheese. And then we also just have some pumpkin spice cookies because they happen to be in season, I guess. And then we have a wide variety of chips. And then of course you can't have all junk food. We're gonna have some nice veggies and fruit. All right, so that's it for the food. We're also gonna have some pizza. We're gonna have some cake. And so hopefully no one will actually leave here hungry. Okay, so then we also had a big debate around just like how many drinks we need. Again, we have 20 to 25 people. And so we figure about 4 drinks per person. We ended up getting enough beer and wine so that it's about 100 drinks total. And what that looks like is some cans of Blue Moon, some cans of Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, quite a bit of vodka, and some mixers. And we have 6 bottles of wine here, including my favorite brand of wine, which is this Josh brand, appropriately named. And then we just have all of this other beer, more beer, some kombucha, and then more beer. So surely that must be more than enough. One of my friends also brews beer and he's gonna bring some. We told people not to bring anything, but I have a feeling more people are just gonna bring other stuff, so no one should leave here thirsty either. Now, the other big thing we've been trying to figure out is where exactly to host this thing. Original plan was to use my apartment, and I think that's what we're gonna go with. But like I said a couple times, we think that there are gonna be like 20 to 25 people, which is a little tight for this apartment. As a backup, there's like a common area that I think we can go to. We have this couch here that can fit 4 people easily. And then this other space, you can fit another 4 or 5 people there. You can move this table, people can be sitting on the floor. You have this table which already seats 4, and we can fit a few more chairs here. You have this nice big area here. You get at least 7, 8, 9 people up here standing, mingling, having a good time. I have my little office space here, which, you know, isn't really a party space, but you could easily have a few people just hanging out here. And then we have this outdoor balcony area here, which I haven't really used, and you know, it's gonna be very cold actually on Saturday. I looked at the weather, it says it's gonna be 52 degrees. So I don't know if I would wanna be out here, but some people might want to because of COVID and not wanting to be crowded inside. You could easily fit another 4 or 5 people out here. So in total, that's a lot of people, 20 to 25. I lost track. Hopefully everyone can fit. And if not, we'll still have fun. All right, and I'm cutting in here really quickly from the future. It's actually quite a while after the party. So I have to say, it was at about this point in the story that I got super nervous about a few things. We had this big 3-tab Google spreadsheet. It had information about food. It had information about alcohol, including like this page that like calculated how many drinks we needed. And then most importantly, we had this guest list. There's lots of other parties where they'll use like Facebook or they'll use Evites to invite people. But we didn't want to do that. We wanted a more personal touch. And so we decided that, hey, each of the 3 of us that are throwing this party, we're going to go and ask each person individually if they want to come. And then the 3 of us said, okay, we'll make a list of people in this Google spreadsheet. We'll add a column for like the status, which is yes, no, or maybe for each person. And then there was this nice little formula at the top right of the spreadsheet that calculated how many people we thought were going to attend the party. It basically just took the number of people who said yes, and then the number of people who said maybe, and divided that by 2, and then that was the number of people we were expecting. For the couple of weeks leading up to the party, this little formula told us that, we should expect 15 to 20 people to come to the party. But then in the last few days, 2 things happened that just kind of blew this plan out of the water. The first was that a few people got added to the list at the end, just kind of SOs of people and just like other friends that had heard about it and we wanted them to come. And then the second was that way more of the people who had said maybe kind of at the beginning of the party decided to come. It was like this thing where people heard that each other were going and then that made everyone else want to go. And so instead of like getting half the maybes to come, we got like almost all of the maybes to come. And so this is also more complicated because the party was on a Saturday. It's going to be a Saturday night at my place. I had my business school reunion down in Palo Alto, which is about an hour south of here, on Friday and Saturday. So I remember getting down to my business school reunion on Friday night, about to go to dinner, and I look at the spreadsheet and I notice all of a sudden that there's like 30 people. And so maybe that doesn't sound that different from 15 to 20 people, but for my apartment, that's actually a pretty big difference. And so I remember I called one of the other guys that was hosting the party, freaking out, like, is everyone to fit? Should we be moving this to a different location? Should we be telling people that they can't come? But then at the end of the day, I had to just say, hey, it's going to be fine either way. People are still going to have fun, and it's out of my control, so I just need to not worry about it. All right, thanks for that interlude, and now back to the actual party. I can't believe my eyes when I get close to you, close to you, close to you.
Oh yeah, Joshua likes.
Is it on video?
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat a cookie.
Yes, yes.
Seen in the movies, but this really happening. My mind explodes. I can feel my bones.
So welcome everyone. Thank you for coming.
It's Josh's
and
place.
This is my place.
Thank you, Josh.
Now I feel like I also know how many people can actually fit into this apartment. Thank you for coming. It really means a lot to me that everyone came to celebrate our birthday.
Ditto. Thank you guys for coming. So many groups of different people. I have no jokes prepared. Thank you guys.
All right, and it is the next morning. It was a really fun night. I stayed up way later than I normally do, and I woke up way later than I normally do. Now, the only problem with hosting a party is the cleanup afterwards. So let me show you what it looks like. It's like, you look in my bedroom, and it's not that bad. Actually, it looks pretty good. But, no one was actually in here, so that makes sense. If you go then to my little office area, it starts to get a little bit messier. Still not actually bad. Here's like a nice happy birthday Josh sign that one of my friends wrote up here during the course of the night. But then you get here and look at all of that food. And then you have this area, lots of trash. And then you have this area where, we had some pizza boxes and didn't really know what to do with them, so I guess we just threw them on the floor. And then you have all of this. All of this. And even more. Even more. And then if you take it all together, this is what it looks like. All right, so one room down, the living room area has been reconfigured to be how it was before. All right, we got another area that is now cleaned up. Let's keep going. So I'm one of those people who hardly ever uses the dishwasher. I think this is probably only the second or third time I've even used it in my couple of years here, but today is the right occasion, so I'm gonna be using it. All right, and I am done cleaning. It is like no party even happened here, which is amazing. And so that took a while, but it was totally worth it. It was a great time, and I would do it again. All right, it's been a few weeks after the party, and so now I am just going to debrief a little bit. The first thing I noticed is that planning these parties is just a lot more work than I thought. I would go to these parties that other people would throw all the time and just not have any kind of appreciation whatsoever for everything that went into it. The second thing is that even though it was a lot of work and a lot of stress, it was totally worth it. That was probably one of the most fun birthdays I've ever had. And unlike some other events I've put on, once I was actually there and once the party had actually started, I was actually able to enjoy it and have fun, which was great. The third thing was that even though I was nervous about how it was going to go, it actually went great. I had a great time. I think everyone else had a great time too. It was a lot of people, but somehow we all fit. And then the final thing is that this is the type of thing that I would not have done 2-3 years ago, not seeing myself as the party throwing type of person. And for a while I thought, me as a quieter person, can I do something like this? But it just goes to show you don't have to limit yourself. You can step outside your comfort zone and things can be all the better for it. All right, that'll do it for this video. If you liked it, hit the like button and subscribe for more. All right, peace.